Onesimus Nesib was a native Oromo who converted to Lutheran Christianity and translated the Christian Bible into the Oromo language. His parents named him Hika as a baby, meaning translator. He took the name Onesimus after the biblical character. Upon converting to Christianity, Onesimus Nesib is included in the American Lutheran Book of Worship as a saint, who commemorate his life the 21st of June. The Mekane Yesus Church honored him by naming the seminary in Addis Ababa for him. Life. Born near Oromo in modern Ethiopia, Onesimus lost his father when he was 4 years old. According to an account he later wrote for the board of the Swedish Evangelical Mission, he was kidnapped by slavers in 1869, and passed through the hands of 8 owners until Werner Munzinger freed him at Massawa and had him educated at the Imkalu Swedish Evangelical Mission in that port city. There he proved a good student, and eventually received baptism on Easter Sunday. He was sent to Johanna Lunds Teologiska Högskola in Bromma, Sweden for 5 years to receive further education. Upon his return to Massawa, he married Mere Halu. He attempted to immediately return to his native Macha Oromo people, and to circumvent the travel restrictions Emperor Menelik II had imposed on foreign missionaries attempted to reach Welaga by way of central Sudan. His party got no closer than Asosa, and were forced to return to the border town of Famaka, where Onesimus suffered from a fever. The party was forced back to Khartoum, which they reached on the 10th of April 1882, just as the Mahdist revolt broke out. Onesimus recovered from his illness, and found his way back to the Imkalu mission, where while waiting further instructions he began the first of his many translations into Oromo. After attempting another unsuccessful mission to reach Welaga in 1886, he began his translation of the entire Bible. Unfortunately, Onesimus found that he lacked adequate knowledge of the words and idioms of his native language, for he had not lived with his people since childhood, and he was forced to seek help. This came from Astagano, a young girl who had been brought to Imkalu mission, freed from a slave ship bound for Yemen by the Italian Navy. Although she provided much of the material for the translation, Asta failed to receive any acknowledgement for her contributions. It was not until 1904 that Onesimus at last returned to Welaga at a place called Nedho, where he was greeted with great honor by its governor, Dejazmach Gebru Exiaba. Unlike his predecessor, Onesimus preached to his flock in the Oromo language, which the local Ethiopian Orthodox priests could not understand, and incurred the hostility. This, combined with the esteem the local Oromo had for him, led to the priests alleging that he was blaspheming the Virgin Mary. He was brought before Abuna Mathios in May 1906, who ordered that he be exiled upon the accusations of the local clergy. However, Emperor Menelik reversed the Abuna's decision, and ruled that Onesimus could return to Nekemte but could no longer preach. While Onesimus limited his public actions in the next few years to teaching in his school at Nekemte, the threat of exile from his homeland continued to hang over his head until 1916, when Elijah Iyasu granted him permission to preach his faith. Although Elijah Iyasu was deposed the next year from his position as designated emperor, his edict was not rescinded, and Onesimus continued to distribute his translations and preach until his death. Publications: The Bible, 1893. The Gala Spelling Book, Monkolo, Swedish Mission Press, 1894.